So good afternoon, my dear students. Today we're going to have virtual class lecture. This is Math 113 2037 trimestral. And our topic today is all about mathematical language. So we're already in week 7. Okay? Today is July 2, 2021, and our schedule is 1:10 to 2:40 p.m. Okay? Last week we have discussed about combinations functions. So by this time, we're going to continue discussing your mathematical language module. So these your different types of statements under mathematical language. Okay. So the first one, we have your D equivalent statements. Sabi dito, two statements are equivalent if they always have the same logical value. A logical value is either true or false. That is, if they are both true or are both false. The statement x is equal to 3 and x plus 2 is equal to 5 are equivalent statements because if one of them is true, then so is the other is also true. And if one of them is false, then so is the other. Okay? So sabi dito, if you have an equivalent statement, sabi dito, dapat silang dalawa ay true and at the same time, pwede rin silang maging false na dalawa. So yun po yung equivalent statement. Okay? So if we're going to check it here, sabi dito, x is equal to 3 and x plus 2 is equal to 5. And if we're going to substitute yung value ng 3 natin dito, we have 3 plus 2 is equal to 5. Okay? And then, ibig sabihin nun, if x is equal to 3, this is your statement 1, and this is your statement B, statement 2, 3 plus 2 is equal to 5, which means your statement A and your statement B are both true. Okay? So yan ay, ibig sabihin nun, this is an example of an equivalent statement. Okay? Sabi naman dito, the statement x is equal to 3 and x squared minus 4x plus 3 is equal to 0 are not equivalent. Since x is equal to 1 makes the second statement true, but the first one is false. Okay? So this is your first statement, x is equal to 3. In your second statement, if you're going to substitute 1, 1 is squared is 1, minus 4 multiplied by 1 is 1. So 1 minus 4 is negative 3, plus 3 is equal to 0. So therefore, 0 is equal to 0. So this statement, the second statement is true, but the first statement is false. So this is now an example of equivalent statement. Okay? So yun po yung palaging tingnan natin, no? Pag equivalent statement siya, pareho silang dalawa na true or pareho silang dalawa na false. Okay? Naintindihan po natin? Okay. Oh, next, we have your D and an OR statement. Sabi dito, the compound statement A and B are true is equivalent to both A and B are true. So, ano ibig sabihin doon, no? Pag compound statement siya, kailan po natin gagamitin yung AND statement? Of your statement A and statement B. Dapat silang dalawa ay true. Okay? So sabi dito, if A or if B or if both are false, then the statement A and B are true is false. The statement x squared is equal to 4 and x is greater than 0 is true when x is equal to 2 and is false for every other value of x. So we have your first statement. Your statement A, x squared is equal to 4. And your statement B, x is greater than 0. So there are a lot of numbers which are greater than 0. So marami yan, no? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. But when x is equal to 2, which is also greater than 0, and if we're going to substitute it here, 2 squared is equal to 4, which means your statement A is true, and at the same time, your statement B is true if your x is equal to 2, which is greater than 0. Okay? So, yan po yung ibig sabihin ng AND statement. Dapat statement A and B are true. Okay? Doon sa nauna, doon sa equivalent statement natin, statement A and B are true or statement A and B are both false. Yun ang equivalent statement. Pero dito sa end statement natin, A and B, doon lang dapat silang dalawang dapat ay true. Walang false, A or B, wala doon, no? Basta A and B are both true. No more, no less. Okay? Next, you have your D or statement. Yung or statement naman dito, sabi dito, the compound statement A or B is true is equivalent to at least one of statement A or B is true. Okay? So yun po yun, no? At least isa sa kanila ay true. Either A or B. Okay? So if both A and B are false, then the statement A or B is true is false. The statement x squared is equal to 4 or x greater than 0 is true if x is equal to negative 2 or x is any positive number. So we're going to check, no? X squared is equal to 4 or x is greater than 0. This is your statement A and this is your statement B. Sabi dito, if x is equal to negative 2 and if we're going to substitute that in your statement A, negative 2 squared is 4. So, ibig sabihin, ito ay true. Pero, x is greater than 0. Pero dito, yung negative 2 natin is not greater than 0. It is less than 0 dahil negative siya. So, ibig sabihin nun, for this condition, your statement A is true, but your statement B, which is x is equal to negative 2, is false. Kaya ginamit nila yung or statement. So pag or statement, isa sa kanila ay true, isa sa kanila ay false. Okay? The statement is false when x is equal to negative 3 and for lots of other values of x. So meron tayong exercise dito, no? For 3 minutes siguro, no? Which values of x make each statement to be true. Okay? So first condition statement, x is less than 5. Letter B, x plus 2 is equal to 6. Letter C, x squared minus 10x plus 24 is equal to 0. Letter D, meron tayong N statement. Pag N statement siya, at least statement A and statement B are true. Next, you have your letter E or statement. Pag or statement siya, either statement A or statement C is true. Okay? So, can you try to solve, no? Within 3 minutes, find the value of x to make the statement to be true. Okay? Pakisulat po yung sagot po natin sa chat box. Okay? So, we're going to check your answers. Okay? So, for letter A, okay, x is less than 5. So, there are a lot of numbers which are less than 5, no? So, x is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the positive numbers which are less than 5. Okay? So, pag nilagay mo dito 5, hindi na siya less than 5, equal to 5 na, no? Pag 6 po siya, ibig sabihin nun, greater than 5. So, these are the numbers which are, or positive numbers which is less than 5. Okay? So, number 2, tama yung sagot mo. The value of x should be equal to 4 to make the statement to be true. 4 plus 2 is equal to 6 po. Okay? Next, for letter C, x squared minus 10x plus 24 is equal to 0. Okay? So x is equal to 4. Okay? If you're going to substitute dito, no? 4 squared is 16 minus 10 times 4, we have 40 plus 24. So 16 minus 10 by 4. So we have 10 by 4 is 40. 16 minus 40, the answer is negative 24. Plus 24, so therefore, 0 is equal to 0. Ibig sabihin nun, to make this statement to be true, the value of x should be equivalent to 4. Okay? Next, we have statement A and statement B. So, dapat silang dalawa ay true. So, in your statement A, there are a lot of positive numbers which are less than 5. But if you're going to choose A or x is equal to 4, in your statement A, that statement is true because less than 4 is less than 5. Okay? So this one is true. In your letter B is equal to 4. Okay? So tama siya dahil yung 4 plus 2 is equal to 6. So therefore, A and B are both true. Okay? Next for letter E, A or C. Okay? So x is less than 5 for statement A. For statement C, the value of x is equal to 4. Okay? So we have your statement C is true while your statement A is false. Dahil you can have either 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. If we're going to substitute that dito, hindi po sila pwedeng maging true lahat. So your statement A is false, your statement C is true. Kaya meron tayong or statement po dito. Okay? Next, we have your D, the negation of B statement. Sabi dito, for some simple statements, we can construct the negation just by adding the word not. Okay? So the short statement, x is equal to 3, and the short symbol, x is equal to 3. Okay? So, sabi dito, if you're going to negate the statement, gagawin lang po natin, magdadagdag tayo ng word na not. Kaya if you're going to negate this one, x is not equal to 3. Ibig sabihin nun, na-negate na natin yung statement na po natin. So this is now your symbol, x is not equal to 3. Okay? So next statement, x is less than 5. So, ang problema po natin doon is if we're going to negate that one, ito yung symbol natin, no? Less than 5. So, x is not less than 5. Okay? So, the short symbol, x is not less than 5. You can also have this one, no? X greater than or equal to 5. And the short symbol, x is greater than or equal to 5. Okay? Pero medyo magulo ito, mas maganda, ito na lang, no? Mag-add ka lang ng word na not para ma-negate na kagad yung statement po natin. Yun ang ibig sabihin ng negation statement. Magdadag lang po tayo ng word na not. Okay? So, next statement, we have your the if then statement. If statement A, then statement B. Sabi dito, means that when the hypothesis A is true, then the conclusion B must also be true. So yun po yung paggamit ng if and then statement. Both statement A and B are both true. Your statement A is your hypothesis and your statement B is your conclusion, which must be both of them to be true. Okay? So, examples po dito, if you clean your room, then I will buy you ice cream cone. So, yung hypothesis natin, true siya, no? Pag naglinis ka ng kwarto, bibilhan kita ng ice cream cone. So, yung conclusion natin ay true. Hindi naman pwedeng sabihin, if you clean your room, then I will not buy you ice cream cone. Mali po ata yung conclusion. Or, If do not clean your room, then I will buy you ice cream cone. Mali din po siya, no? Dahil yung isa is false, the other is true. Yung F and then statement natin, both of them are true. Okay? Next, we have your example number 2. If you study your lessons very well, then you will have a chance passing your exam. So your hypothesis is true, your conclusion is true. It depends on the weight of your conclusion. Kasi baka mamaya, sabi niyo dito, if you study your lessons very well, then you will have a perfect score. Parang malabo po siya, no? So dapat it should be reliable. Yung conclusion natin na to be true. Okay? Hindi naman pwedeng sabihin, if you study your lessons very well, then you will have a failing grade. Mali din po yun. At least may chance kang papasa ng exam. So yun po yung paggamit ng F and then statement. Okay, next slide. Next, we have your D, a counter example statement. A counter example to the statement, if A then B, and then is an example in which your A is true and your statement B is false. So dito, yung hypothesis natin ay true, yung conclusion natin ay false. So sabi dito, the only way for the statement, if you clean your room, then I will buy you an ice cream cone, to be false is if the child cleaned the room and the parent did not buy the ice cream cone. So, yung statement B po natin dito is false siya. Pero yung statement A natin is true. Naglinis po ng bahay yung bata, pero hindi siya binilhan ng ice cream cone. So, yun po yung example ng counter-example statement. Okay? Ginapinitan pa rin siya ng F and then statement, no? Kaso, yung isa, false siya. It's an example of a counter-example statement. Next, if the child did not clean the room, but the parent still bought the ice cream cone, we would say that the statement was true. Okay? Yung statement na true dito, yung tinutukoy dito, is yung statement B po natin. Pero, this is not an example of a counter-example statement dahil yung statement A natin is false siya. Hindi siya naglinis sa kwarto, binilhan pa rin siya ng ice cream. So, ibig sabihin nun, if the child did not clean the room, but the parent still bought the ice cream cone, your statement is B is true, but if your statement A is false, this is not an example of a counter-example statement. Okay? Next, we have the contrapositive statement form. Okay? If A, then B is, okay? If negation of B, then negation of A, or if B is false, then A is false. Okay? So, ano ibig sabihin nun, no? Okay? Doon sa F and then statement natin, noon na yung hypothesis, sumunod yung conclusion. So, pareho silang true itong dalawa. Doon sa F and then statement natin. Dito sa contrapositive statement, ang gagawin po natin, yung statement, sabi dito, the statement if A, then B, and its contrapositive form, if not B, then not A are equivalent. So doon sa ano po natin, original statement natin, nauna yung A, sumunod yung B, para maging contrapositive statement siya, mauna yung B, susunod yung A, at the same time, ininegate natin silang dalawa. Kaya may word na not dito. Not B, not A. So contrapositive, ininegate po natin sila. Pagkatapos nun, isi-switch natin sila. Switching. Mauna yung B, susunod yung A. Okay? So this is our example. Our original condition statement was, if Jennifer is alive, then Jennifer eats food. So this is true, this is also true din, no? Pag buhay siya, kumakain siya ng pagkain. So gagawin natin ngayon, to create the logical contrapositive statement, we negate the hypothesis and the conclusion, then we also switch them. So pagbabalik na rin po dito. So this is now your contrapositive statement form. If Jennifer does not eat food, ito na yung statement B po, no? Nauna yung B na siya. Tapos ito yung negate niya, does not. Then Jennifer, okay, is not alive. Yung alive, statement A, and then naka-negate yung statement A. So this is now the example of a contrapositive statement. If Jennifer does not eat food, then Jennifer is not alive. Okay. Next, the last two sentence, no? Converse statement ngayon. Of if A then B is if B then A. The statement if A then B and its converse statement if B then A. So dito, ang gagawin mo lang dito, pag converse statement siya, mauna yung conclusion, susunod yung hypothesis. Okay? Nauna yung statement B, sumunod yung statement A. That is a converse statement. Okay? Example dito, this is our original statement. If Jennifer is alive, then Jennifer eats food. Switching the hypothesis for the conclusion provides the converse statement. So pagbabalik-taran mo lang sila. So this is now your converse statement. If Jennifer eats food, so na yung statement B. Then, Jennifer is alive. Sumunod yung statement A. So yun po yung ibig sabihin ng converse statement. Any questions po? Okay. Next, our last statement, the inverse statement. A logical inverse statement negates both the hypothesis and the conclusion. Again, our original condition statement was, if Jennifer is alive, then Jennifer eats food. So dito, sa inverse statement, ang gagawin lang po natin dito, i-negate natin by making the hypothesis negative and then negating the conclusion, we create the inverse statement. So wala kang babalik na rin, ang gagawin mo lang, i-negate mo lang siya. Statement A pa rin siya, mauuna. Statement B, nasa dulo pa rin. Okay? If Jennifer is not alive, ito na yung negate niya. Then, Jennifer does not eat food. So, this is your conclusion. Pero naka-negate po siya. Okay? Any questions po? Okay. So, next. Okay. For 3 minutes, no? Okay. So, this is your original, this is now the summary pala, no? If Jennifer is alive, then Jennifer eats food. Pag converse statement siya, ang gagawin lang po natin is isi-switch lang natin. Mauna yung B, sumunod yung A. If Jennifer eats food, then Jennifer is alive. Pag inverse naman, ang gagawin lang po natin is in-negate lang natin. If Jennifer is not alive, then Jennifer does not eat food. Na-negate lang silang dalawa. Pag contrapositive, it is a combination of converse and inverse statement. I-negate mo siya, at the same time, i-switching mo siya. If Jennifer does not eat food, then Jennifer is not alive. So that's now the summary of our converse, inverse, and contrapositive statement using the original if-then statement. Okay? Next. Okay? For 3 minutes, no? This is our original statement. If it rained last night, then the sidewalk is wet. So this is your if-and-then statement. Both hypothesis and conclusion are true. So kindly give me the converse statement, the inverse statement, and contrapositive statement. Okay? Okay, check natin. Sabi dito, converse. If the sidewalk is wet, then it rained last night. If the sidewalk is not wet, then it does not rain. Okay. Tapos yung isa, if the sidewalk does not get wet, then it does not rain last night. If the sidewalk does not get wet, then it does not rain last night. Okay? So, check po natin. These are our answers, no? Converse statement, if the sidewalk is wet, then it rained last night. So, tama yung converse pa natin. Yung inverse natin, if it did not rain last night, then the sidewalk is not wet. Converse, inverse, if the sidewalk is not wet, okay? O, di mo siya ano, no? Dun sa converse, no? Kasi pag inverse siya, ang gagawin po natin doon is, ito yung mga original statement natin, no? Pag converse, ang gagawin po natin, switching. Pag inverse, ininegate mo siya. Okay? Pag contrapositive, pagsasamahin mo silang dalawa. Okay? So, dito, okay, yung inverse mo, if did not rain last night, okay, hindi mo siya, ano, no? Hindi mo siya, walang switching na ginawa doon sa inverse mo. Okay? Tapos doon sa contrapositive, ito na yung sagot natin. If the sidewalk is not wet, then it did not rain last night. Doon sa converse, no na yung statement B, sumunod yung statement A. Sa inverse, una pa rin yung A, kaso ininigit lang natin, did not. Ganon din sa A, at sa B, not wet. Okay? Nanegate lang siya. Sa contrapositive, it's a combination of converse and inverse statement. Ininegate mo silang dalawa, and then switching mo silang dalawa. Okay? Kaya, yun po yung summary ng tatlong statement po natin. If the sidewalk is not wet, then it did not rain last night. Okay?